He needs a minute for you, Bryan. But while we got you, guess who's here? Dana Snyder. Why don't we have Dana come on up? Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Dana Snyder. He's got diseases. There you go. Dana, you were bumped on Friday, and you still need that minute.
Blue.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
I was going to ask how your con was going.
The boss did it.
I know you're doing well. I've seen you 2-3 times already. And,
Yeah, I got a
you've
crazy
been,
drawing of a pencil drawing of a crazy master shape drawn as a penis. I'll just set it out there. If you're very curious about it, you can
I gotta see this.
check it out if you want.
There you go. Whoa. Show more the kids here. I don't know.
Like when you go to the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., there's those things you can look in that are horrible and terrible, but they're like not on display, so you can shield yourself from experiencing. That's what this is.
I apologize. You're supposed to be here on Thursday. We bumped you on. We had Priscilla Barnes on here, and
Hey, listen.
we had to let her
For
go.
the Don Knotts' crazy horn dog stories, I think it was pretty worth it.
Seriously, my con was made.
I can't believe we're glossing over something that is sketch of a penis is as bad, if not worse, than the horrors of the Holocaust.
Obviously, we didn't gloss over it because you just pointed it out to everybody.
I mean, if you want to come up and see it, it's right there. Feel free. Forest of hands. Okay, no one.
I was gonna say that the 2 or 3 times we've seen each other at this kind of, we've both been drunk off our asses, so that's always a good sign.
Yes.
That's during con
So
hours.
we went to the
folks.
drinking panel, which is exactly what it sounds like. They just make drinks and then you drink them. But they were on this.
How high school are you, man? I was so wasted, dude.
That's your new poison.
The guy was making daiquiris. But like the first one was like, this is the original daiquiri. This is how they really make them. It was terrible. It was like, this is the one that Hemingway drank after his doctor told him he couldn't have sugar. So he made it with it was literally just lime juice and some weird rum from Cuba. Even worse than the first one.
His doctor's not like him and Ernest, you gotta stop drinking altogether.
Yeah, well we let out but his doctor never recommended don't blow your brains out. Like when he listened to his doctor about not drinking, like, well, why wouldn't you just keep drinking if you're less fatalistic about yourself?
Maybe he was allergic to buckshot too. Just something to think about.
Seriously, it's here for the viewing if anyone wants to.
That looks really painful.
Yeah.
Did you see the Wonder Woman movie girl walking around?
You know what? I love this con.
She gave us misogyny on her panel.
I was really sort of surprised. I mean, I'm no brute, but it's like she has Wonder Woman, but like body painter. She has no shirt on, and she said her boyfriend said that somebody's doing it here. Like somebody's like,
She did have little like pieces done under, but they're very subtle.
Somebody put this in my hand. I was just walking by like, what are you comic book guy? And just, here, take this. It's Justice League of porn star heroes. Can the Justice League save porn? I'm gonna find out.
Finally a taker of
couldn't
it.
resist.
Your thoughts, sir? Yeah, nothing. Going home to vomit.
Can we talk about the voice acting? How do we get into this?
Well, this
Talent.
is the strange thing about everybody I know who's a voice actor. They all have a completely different way that they've gotten into it. They've all either been like radio people, or they knew some guy who had a truck, who they drove somewhere. Or, I mean, I got into it because I went to college for acting. And laughed. Yeah. yeah, all right. Go back to Facebook, all right? Mind your own business. But like, yeah, I went to college with the girl who went to high school with the guy who created Aqua Teen. And they were trying to cast a new Aqua Teen show that was, you know, they paid $30 and whatever. And they're like, oh, you know anybody in New York who has the crazy voice? She was like, hey, call my friend Dave. And I auditioned at 3 o'clock in the morning and left a message on his voicemail, like his office voicemail. And then like we listened to it like, oh, that's great, that's wonderful. And then they erased it the next morning accidentally. Like, could you leave it again? Called again, left the thing again in the morning. Like, yeah, I don't know, it was, just sounded different a little bit, something weird. I'm like, I'm pretty sure why, because you emailed me at 1:30 in the morning and I'd been up with my friend drinking at the bar before I was going to have to do this for about 5 hours. And we were swap-faced, and then we did it again. We went out. We replicated the day before, the same thing. Let's go to the same place, same meal, same food, same 45 drinks. And he was like, yeah, that was it. Awesome. Here is $45.
So you're saying it's who you know that will determine how you succeed in the business? Because we don't have an experience with that.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I only wish that it's something, we could get that look.
Yeah, Ming's praying for his big break.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you as protective about the voice business? What was the dude's name?
Larry Kenny.
Yeah, Lion.
Oh.
He says that,
Chocolate.
that you voice people are a hateful breed who want to keep all the voice work to yourselves.
And your family.
I know guys like that.
So do I. His name's, what was his name?
Yeah, Larry Kenny. I mean, I don't feel that way because I feel like I tripped into it, you know. But I do know
We're just
a lot of
hoping to
guys
not be
that-
discovered.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, this guy's a jackwad. What? Panels come down, locking me in the booth. Guys in the weird voiceover security force come in, haul me out. Tom Petty laughs at you all the way.
So you say there's enough work for everyone, even in Ming Chen.
I mean, when you look at all the stuff now, I mean, there's all these things like, you know, Adult Swim and like they have the sort of nighttime blocks on Fox and stuff, but it's sort of, like I feel like it used to be, which Larry is really one of those guys, like the old school voiceover guys. And you know, he worked for years, he was Don Imus's right-hand guy on the show, the Don Imus show. But like those old school guys, like they used to just do everything themselves, and it was very closed, but now it's like, you know, a lot of the shows, like there's so many shows now on Cartoon Network, even at like what is it, not Adventure Time, but like the regular show and stuff, they're like, the creators do a lot of the voices on them and stuff, because they just seem to be a little more freewheeling and open about it.
Well, I guess before the 80s, like before cable was sort of popular, there were like 3 networks that you could do voice work.
Yeah.
So they were very
And even from there, it was like comedy studio, like you had Hanna-Barbera, which did 95% of the Saturday morning cartoon
Warner
shows.
Brothers.
Yeah. Right. So they were all just used the same guy.
Rankin and Bass.
Yeah.
And Filmation. Which also did creepy live action stuff too.
Yeah.
Anyone remember the creepy live action? I found out something really weird is The Adventures of Shazam. They had him in a Winnebago, and nobody ever questioned, hey, here's an old dude, like a geriatric and you know, an 18-something, driving around the highways and byways of California. Yeah, it's not too creepy, folks, right? I mean, that's perfectly acceptable, and they're not really. Yeah, so.
That sounds like a serial killer.
Seriously, it's, all right, the old dude lures him in because he's sad, you know, pretty helpless, and then young Billy,
Hiding behind the curtain with the Billy Club.
Exactly. But they did
kill him. He does the cleanup.
The Winnebago part was because they didn't have to get permits and pay for it, and they didn't have to do set design and set setup. So it's like, that's it.
Is that the same theory behind Earth 2? Remember that one where they drove around like that GMC Winnebago? And like...
that was Arc 2.
Oh yes, Arc 2.
Arc 2.
Yeah, Arc 2, sorry.
I'd like to explore an alternate reality where Mike and Mary's wives divorced them, and they're not allowed to see their kids, so they take to the road in a Winnebago.
And we would end up
We have misadventures, yeah. But you go from town to town podcasting for the small.
But maybe like Huntington and another Winnebago guy, their wives, second husbands.
Yeah. And then Brian has to come along and bail us out of jail. Or give them more.
I think we got a show.
Alright, can we pitch that to Adult Swim? What do you think? You got it, Ian. So you're the voice of also The Alchemist.
That's right.
One of my favorites on The Venture Brothers. Yeah, there you go, The Venture Brothers.
I think this season I also did a voice of Dog Man. They had a weird Isle of Dr. Moreau
Yes.
episode. Some dog guy and one of the OSS agents, I think, in the last.
OSI.
Yeah, that would too. Yeah. Oh, you watch it?
I like that, yeah. Sorry.
That was a test. You passed.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
I win a lovely Master
Yeah,
Penis
you won a
sketch.
hand-drawing original sketch of Master Penis Shake. Sorry.
You find a lot of people that they want you to do. I'm determined to break my phone. They ask you to do like answering machine messages and kind of answering machine.
Yeah.
What fucking decade is
Voicemail,
this?
voicemail.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the other day. Remember that commercial? Like, now I'm glad you called,
Yeah.
but I'm not home. But I'll leave it. The weird, like you could buy a tape.
Oh, the rap, yeah, the
Like
rap.
the 800 number,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
nobody's home.
Yes,
They would do
yes.
like all like a classical where you could, I mean, back in the day, children, you had an answering machine. There was a box hooked up to your phone. Everything had a wire on it. But you could like buy this tape that had just terrible answering machine messages.
And some of them were not even vaguely racist. They were outright
yeah, absolutely
racist.
racist.
You reached the cracker residence.
Yeah,
How you
yeah.
doing?
The miso sardi. Ah, there you go. Little drink
yeah,
of heaven.
curiosity got the
You'll
better
never forget that. Yeah.
Okay.
And now you wish you had heard me the first
So now,
time.
And
the newest tattoo design for you, miss.
Yeah.
the phoniest look of disapproval.
Oh my God, I'm shocked!
Oh,
Let me get a third one in.
that's disgusting. Lead awesome. I'll make a photocopy.
Could they ask you to do voicemail?
Yeah, but then they're like, they
Should you charge
can't,
them? Like, what do you think?
no, but they can't like figure, like half the time they're like, let me do it, okay, just hit this button and go. Then you're like, do it. They're like, oh, sorry, I just erased it 15 times, like, yeah. Hey, Jason's a jerk who doesn't know how to work a phone, and, oh, sorry, one more time. No more time. But in a nice way, nurturing, caring way. The doctor's leaving now, got a briefcase.
They've
Back
had
to the
a
bathroom.
mass exodus.
He's got it. Yeah, I know. What's going
That good. Sorry we talked about, yeah, I'm glad you called, but I'm not home rap. Probably what did it.
I think it was the Cracker family.
Yeah.
We are in the South.
What do you think happens to Ming during these interviews? I've noticed that, like, he goes into a fucking trance.
There's a slow, yeah.
His mind goes to the Phantom Zone.
It really is like he just starts to like.
There's a slow glazing over the
and
eyes.
He stops blinking. Yeah, and it's almost like he forgets.
You can't see it here, but it's like when
Any farmers out there?
when they say like a shark is about to take a bite, how like those fake eyelids roll over their eyes as they bite, so they can't actually see what they're biting, but they remember where it was. It's kind of like that, but in a nice way.
What's wrong with my eyes?
He wasn't listening.
Don't make us say it.
Yeah, you're out the door now.
What are you working on now?
This.
Making fun of you?
Yeah. I'm on my fourth beer of the day. Really light though, very low, 3.25. We got a show we're doing for Comedy Central. That's a thing we've been writing. That's like sort of an anthology show. So a bunch of people. It's all animated, but it's like Larry David's doing one, and like a bunch of. You doing one of those too?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Throw yourself in the mix.
That's how we're breaking into the voice acting.
Yeah.
The whole
I mean, all the regular stuff. There's new Aqua Teen, which is now called Aqua TV Show. It's coming out in August, and new Squidbillies in August, and something else. I don't know.
See?
Some other cartoons, you know, same old stuff.
Chicken with its head under the wing. I'm telling you.
Just like if he asks a question, hey, what's in his own head? White out.
That's pretty much it. I might have brain damage.
I don't think there's any might about it.
Do you have haters in the industry? Like do you and another voice guy get together anymore? It's like fucking Tom Kenner.
Yes.
SpongeBob motherfucker.
Driving around in his Prius,
Yeah.
throwing money out the window to kids on the street corner.
Yeah, are there rivalries? Like, you know, like
I feel like there are, but I'm like so far out of the real world of all that. Like, I mean, I do shows with the first really legitimate cartoon. I mean, obviously Adult Swim stuff is legitimate in my eyes, but it's not like, they don't run it like real old school cartoons. And when I moved to California, I got on a show called Chowder. And but like I went there and I was like, you know, it's real intimidating because I didn't audition, they just were called and like, they do this a lot now, but I didn't know it then. They were like, just call you up and like, oh, we want you to be a voice of some schmuck that's on this thing for, you know, like one episode or whatever. And I'm like nervous about it. I go there, I'm sitting in the lobby waiting, and they do it like
I'm the schmuck.
yeah. I'm the schmuck guy. Then everyone else like, I'll make him sweat a little bit. Like waiting out there, you go in and they do it like a radio play. You know, everybody's there together and they read all through it and things. And like go in, there's like John DiMaggio's there, the guy who plays Bender on, you know, Futurama, and Tara Strong is there, who plays Bender on Futurama. Like all these guys, they're all like, you know, old, like they're all texting, they're just like the whole time. You'd be like, hey, John, could you do that again? Right back, drop 7, playing words with friends. Like, but they're pro at it. Like, they can pay attention and not pay attention at the same exact time. I'm like, dressed nice, I'm sweating. I'm like sitting by this guy who's super nice. He's like the nicest guy in there. He hates that these other guys are texting the whole time. And he's like, oh, I know. But like silently. It only takes me like maybe a minute of being in there because I'm just sort of so overwhelmed that I look at him and I'm like, this is Mad Dog Murdoch from the A-Team. I'm sitting here catching eye rolls about these guys texting from Mad Dog Murdoch to the A-Team. Dwight Schultz, the nicest guy that, like, you know, we ended up doing whatever, 3 years of that show, and like, and he's like great friends, like he's super nice guy, and he always hates, because he's like, you never text. That's great. Don't understand.
In my day, we didn't telegraph each other.
Yeah, right. We would pass notes that were written on notebook paper.
We called them kites. No, wait, that was when I was in prison.
The mirror out of the booth, see if the director's still out there. Good. Making hooch liquor in the toilet. He lives basically a prison lifestyle wherever even though he hasn't been in prison in over 2 years now, he's very proud of it. Yeah, I think there's well, the problem is the guys who are like the top guys in voiceover, they all love each other. Well, they should.
Right.
They're like, hey, congratulations to you. No, congratulations to you. We're awesome. But then there's all these like grubby little, like the Lord of the Rings, my precious, you know, like my voice. We're like the underlings, which I'm like way under those guys. I'm like wallowing in my own shit or something.
Love to hang out with those guys.
Yeah. They're like, hey, guy, I was second in line for SpongeBob. Yeah, but you're not SpongeBob, so maybe just give it a rest.
Bryan, I think you found someone even more self-deprecating than you.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
We'll talk. We'll figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of this. But yeah, there's
How
many.
you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Feeling good. Why are you asking?
Just making sure you're still with us.
Yes, yes.
I like the upflip at the bottom of the jeans.
Thank you. It's the old cut from the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought that out. It's like East Coast, West Coast, like voiceover battle, like, you know, like a Biggie 2-pack, like
Biggie, Tupac,
Tupac.
SpongeBob. There's a big SpongeBob Blues Clues rivalry.
You got Phil Lamar going
Yeah.
after a couple of people out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
I think most cartoons are in LA though. I mean, they do a couple things out of it. Well, this is the thing I can't understand about voice. Like, there's a lot of voiceover people. It's a very small circle, but stuff I really like and would enjoy doing, and that are like on the level of something I would watch. Like, I think I would gouge my own eyes out because I know some of these people who are like, hey, and I'm the voice of Binky's Garden. I play the flower. You know, it's like a show for like 2-year-olds, and like, but their like whole life was just like, hey, Starshine, we're gonna make some squares today. Can you count the squares?
That's what Ming and Mike say to their victims in the Winnebago. Good morning, Starshine.
It's only when I put on the
How
mask.
many sides does a square have? Kill yourself. It's not worth it.